Today, I'm restoring this truck from barn find condition to factory fresh. Take a good look at this truck. Let me show you up close. Just look at how dirty this truck is. Look at all this dirt here. There is a lot of dirt. Here's some more. Then we come up to the glass and you can just see how bad it is. Again, with all this dust and pollen, you can see there is dirt all over this white door panel. And there's more back here behind the rear tire. The rear glass is pretty bad. And it's obviously the same here on the passenger side. So if you haven't already guessed, yes, today I am washing my truck finally. It's probably been over a year. And the only way I can get away with that is because this thing is garaged 100% of the time. So the grime you see on it right now is literally from driving in the rain, you know, hitting mud puddles, stuff like that, driving in the snow, and then parking it right back into the garage. So it's not like it's just outside all day getting sun-baked and tree sap and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully this goes good. I bought some interesting products I want to show you, and I want to show you everything I'm going to use to wash this truck on the cheap. Here's the array of products I'm going to be using. We'll start with the soap. I was just at Walmart and found this Purple Power Wash and Wax. It says contains Carnauba Wax, super sudsing, maximum shine, value size up to 100 washes. And on top of that, this whole thing was only $5. Now moving on, we have this Turtle Wax Ceramic Wet Wax. I love this stuff. The problem is Walmart doesn't sell it anymore. But what they do sell is this Turtle Wax Streak-Free Mist Minute Wax. It's dry, wet, or rinse, and it has ceramic in it. So this is essentially, I think, an updated version of this. This was only about $6 or $7 at Walmart. Okay, then of course I need to clean these wheels, and so for that I have this Turtle Wax Wheel and Tire Cleaner, which I have made a video on in the past, and this stuff works pretty darn good. And last but not least, to shine up the rubber, I'm gonna use this Meguiar's Classic Tire Shine. This stuff is pretty easy to use and very affordable. But that's not all. I have this Sun Joe pressure washer that I bought years ago, and it still works fantastically. I love this thing. This thing looks good. It seems to be made really, really well, and I like that it comes with all these different nozzle attachments with different angles, and also, which we're gonna try today, it has this soap container and it has this soap nozzle so that we can try to get some suds spraying out of the pressure washer. And we also have our very affordable scrub brushes for the rims or wheels of the vehicle. Now you can see there are many more products out there that are very expensive, very high dollar, high-end products. But I like using affordable stuff. I mean, look, I drive used vehicles. I like cheap things that don't cost a lot of money, but you get a lot of value for that money. First thing I'm gonna do is hook the hose up to the back of the machine. Then I'm gonna take my hose with this quick disconnect fitting. I'll go ahead and turn on my water. I can take the extension cord and go ahead and plug this thing in. That should be good for now. All right, I actually just put some water in this reservoir. I'm not exactly sure how to use that. I think I've used it once or twice in the past too. Basically just sucks the stuff out of there. So I think you do have to put soap and water in this thing. I'm also gonna put some soap in my bucket, just like that. Fill this thing up with some hot water. I've got a good clean microfiber that I'll put in there. And I also wanted to show you, I did put that tip on there that says soap. So we'll go ahead and see how this works. And I do realize that my truck is in full sun, and you're not really supposed to wash a vehicle in full sun because the paintwork heats up and, you know, everything dries way before you want it to. Yeah, this thing needs to be washed. I'm really, really excited. It just feels better when you're driving a clean vehicle. It's like you go, oh yeah, I do like this thing. All right, I am gonna start like I always do on the roof line here, or the roof. That way, as I'm washing, all the dirt rolls off of the roof and down. And it's kind of a cascading effect, if you will, where we wash all of this dirt and grime down the vehicle as we go. You see that tree right there? I strategically placed my truck I knew it was gonna be in the sun when I started. I'm kind of hoping that as that sun moves, it provides shade for my truck. And you can see this giant patch of shade right here that is already on the ground. So I think it's gonna move right over my truck as I start to dry and wax this thing. Well, this is the 25-degree nozzle here, and you can see this pressure washer packs a pretty good punch. And already you can see that tree is providing some much needed shade here. And now that the roof is done, I'm gonna try out this minute wax and just see how good this stuff feels. Wow, but oh, that's so cool. I just used way more than I think I needed to, but let's go ahead and dry this stuff off. Okay, so you're supposed to kind of dry it off, give it a second, and then you buff it off. Seems pretty good. It is the roof, so it's definitely got some more trash on it versus the rest of the vehicle. Definitely feels good, and I can tell the paint is shining like crazy. So that's really cool. The roof is now totally clean and dry and protected, and I think it came out really good. The paint definitely does feel smooth. I mean, I can of course still feel that, you know, sappy stuff that's kind of stuck there, but it definitely feels smooth and it looks really glossy to my eye. So for a roof of a Suburban that's very difficult to maintain, this looks pretty good. And just like I was hoping, that tree is providing a lot of shade. So we are getting the perfect shade here. I'm gonna go ahead and start washing this side of the vehicle. So my bucket's kind of empty and I need to fill it back up. So let's go ahead and use the pressure washer and see what kind of suds we can get. Because I didn't really get many suds just from filling it up from the sink. That's a lot of pressure. And to be honest with you, I don't really feel like there's a lot of suds here. I mean, it does seem like it's pretty decent soap in terms of what it feels like when I'm washing the vehicle, but I thought there'd be more suds, to be honest. Definitely a lot more watery than I supposed it would be. It's not to say that it's not working great. I just like when a soap is a lot thicker and just feels more sudsy. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's just not the best, I felt. Now, areas like extremely underneath here are where I like to take my sacrificial old microfiber. And this is what I'm gonna use. It's still a microfiber. It's a little dirtier. And I'm gonna lightly just get down underneath where all the real road grime is. I've now washed this entire area of the truck, and I'm just trying to keep in mind the entire time I'm washing, you know, how well I like, how much I like this soap. You know, while it does feel okay, you know, it's not horrible by any means. It's actually okay. You can see the suds. It's probably easier to see there on the blue paint there. But I mean, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good, and it feels nice and smooth as I'm washing. That being said, I just kind of felt like there should be more suds here. And so what I think I'm gonna do is wash the passenger side of the vehicle with this. This is what I normally use, Meguiar's Wash and Wax. And you can see how thick this stuff is inside this bottle. And this bottle is pretty old. So we'll go ahead and compare and contrast the thickness of the suds and just how nice that soap feels on the passenger side with this Purple Power that I used on the driver's side. Okay, the whole driver's side is now done. I just rinsed it off. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get some of this product to come out so I can kind of do a compare and contrast between this and the Minute Wax. I don't know if there's enough in there. Oh yeah, we got some. We'll do this entire side if we can. Just gonna get whatever I can out of here. Now, of course, I am using the same partially wet towel here, so take it for what it's worth. I'm gonna go ahead and just dry the whole thing off, and then I'll wring out the towel. Now we have a, just a slightly damp rag with some of that product still in there. And I'm really just gonna go over it again until it's basically dry and I don't see a lot of streaks. Already I can tell you, I really, really like this product I'm using right now. It's just so slick and so smooth. It feels so good. I really, really like this product, the ceramic wet wax. This is awesome, but they just didn't have it on the shelf. I don't know if they make it anymore. It even does a really good job on the plastics here, but that paint looks really, really nice. I do love the mist, I think. Same towel. Oh yeah, this feels good too. This paint and this product, the Minute Wax, feels just as smooth when I'm drying this stuff off. It also looks really, really good too. The paints both feel equally as smooth as well. I like that this stuff can be used on all the surfaces, all the exterior plastics and everything, and it makes them, definitely makes them all look better. Well, there you go. You have the back door and the front door all done, and I feel like they look great. All right, I'm gonna rinse out this bucket. We'll go ahead and grab this Meguiar's. I get this stuff from Costco. Look how thick that is. Yeah, this is a lot thicker. These are the kinds of suds I'm looking for. Look at that. And I didn't even use the pressure washer. I just filled it up with the sink there. But lots more suds. Definitely feels very sudsy, very smooth. This is what I'm used to. I've been using this stuff for a long time. I feel like the suds really do help to kind of let all that dirt just flow down off of the paint. I definitely like the Meguiar's product a lot better. That's not to say that that Purple Power didn't work. Definitely seemed like it was good at cleaning. But the suds factor just wasn't there for me. I mean, I hope you guys can tell, like I can, that there is a lot more suds with this other soap. I mean, just a ton more. On to the Minute Wax. This stuff is weird, man. The misting feels like the sunblock, There's certain bottles of sunblock that come out like that. Kind of smells like that too. Giving it a quick dry with the product. All right, and already this truck is starting to look absolutely beautiful. You can see that paint shine, the glass, the chrome, everything just looks so good. Of course, I still got to do the wheels and tires. Nice and shiny. Look at that blue paint shine. And remember how much dirt was on this white paint? Yeah, it is now sparkling clean. And this glass, which we saw before, was super dirty, and now it is extremely reflective. Well, you can see this paint isn't perfect. This truck is from 1995, but for being original paint, I think it looks really, really good. Passenger side as well. Now finally moving on to the wheels and tires, you can see this Turtle Wax product. This is wheel and tire cleaner. It says new power foam. So I'll go ahead and spray this. You can see how foamy that stuff is, which I really like. It's easy to spray. I like using brushes on rims because it allows you to get in all the cracks and crevices without really, straining your fingers. I know that sounds weird, but basically switched to some brushes a few years ago and never looked back. It's just so much easier. Let the bristles do the work, okay? And then I'll have this other brush to just kind of get the majority of the rest of it. Again, I'm not pressing super hard. I'm just agitating the areas because honestly, this wheel and tire foam does a lot of the work. As long as you got a couple of good brushes, you're good to go. Of course, trying not to fling this stuff all over the paintwork that I just cleaned up. Now on to making the actual tire shine. We're going to be using this Meguiar's Classic Tire Shine. I do, however, with the overspray, I like to get that back off of this rim because it tracks dirt. Well, there's one down, 3 to go. Oh my goodness. Look at how good this thing looks. Every time I wash this truck and spend this kind of time, I'm always amazed with the results. This truck is from 1995. This is the original paintwork. Look how clean that front end looks. And here's that driver's side. Just looks so good. Looks like a brand new truck. This literally looks like a showroom finish. This looks like it just rolled off of the showroom in 1995. Well, you got to see me restore the finish of this truck. Essentially, it went from like barn find condition to factory restoration in just a couple, I'll be honest, it's been a few hours. But I used very, very affordable products that I think work really, really good. The Purple Power soap, it's not my favorite. It did work. It did seem to clean the vehicle really good. It just didn't have a lot of suds. But that being said, it's only about $5 for that whole bottle. As for that Turtle Wax Minute Wax, I think that stuff is pretty darn good. I really like that previous product. I think it was called Ceramic Wet Wax. But this one seems like it's just as good. So that's a plus. Plus, it's very affordable. I want to say it's between $6 and $7. Now, I also used a Turtle Wax product to clean the wheels, and I think that stuff does a really good job. It's very, very sudsy, and like I said, with the right brushes, it's very easy to clean those rims. Now, you can see the actual rubber here. These tires are very, very shiny and they look really good. I really like how simple that Meguiar's Tire Shine is, though it does get overspray on the rims and also on the bodywork, and so you're gonna have to come back and kind of wipe that stuff down. Now about that pressure washer, that Sunjo, I think that thing is amazing. I bought that years ago and have been carting it around and using it here and there. It hasn't had really like super extensive use, but I have used it and owned it for years, and nothing is leaking out of it. There's no water leaking from the motor. All the seals are still good. Everything still works like it worked when I first took it out of the box. So that thing is awesome, and I think it has some really good power on it. Now, of course, I will link all this stuff down in the description box below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching me wash this truck, bring it back from barn find status to showroom floor condition. I'd like to know what you think about the products I used, but I think I do a pretty basic yet effective job at cleaning and shining and maintaining this thing. So finally, comment down below, give me your opinions. If you've used these products that I used, let me know what you think about them. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It helps not only this video, but the channel as a whole, and I need it. Oh, and if you've watched this far and you're not a subscriber to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I'm Jimmy for One Road, and I will see you in the next one.